Всем привет! Я пора проходить игру The Collins. Есть сегодня финал, 5-й эпизод остался. Чем все это закончится, узнаем в этом эпизоде. Вот.
From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts.
You take care of getting the lands. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
She has to pay for all the harm she's done to me.
Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprise. I know my brother well. He never prepares for war if he has no chance of winning.
Finding out that I'm a demon makes no difference.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
If I'm asking you all these things, it's for your own good, you know.
You are keeping up the good work, I see. But I'm telling you, keep your guard up. Everyone is rather on edge right now.
Don't make me your competition, Richet. You are no match.
Неровный.
Trust yourselves. It's all already in there.
Нет, Мортимер. 4 января 2014 года. Коллинз. Финал.
Dear friends, I'd like to thank you for your
Дорогие
continued
друзья,
trust
позвольте
and
поблагодарить вас за
I
доверие и
admit
поддержку.
that during these past few days there has been much
Мы были очень
upheaval. I
непростыми.
understand you've all been affected by this.
Пришлось пережить
Nevertheless, the
много
world doesn't
Тем не
stop
менее,
turning, and we
жизнь
are
продолжается, и
back
нам
on the
предстоит
verge
изменить
of reshaping
личный
the
мир.
modern world.
That is what we are all here for, my
Здесь,
lord.
милорд,
Thank you for your enthusiasm,
Вдохновение
Mr.
мне
Bonaparte. Now you all know what we have to
что
do.
нужно делать.
Cannot warn you strongly
Я
enough. If one of Sir Gregory's guests asks to
Если
speak
захочешь с
with
вами
you,
поговорить, будьте здесь.
remain on your guard. It is highly likely that he will try to
Невозможно, что он
rally as
попытается
many
передать основу.
supporters to his cause as he can. Don't worry, William.
We are all
here to support your project through to its conclusion. Thank you, George. Now, please, go and get some rest before the conference begins, which won't be long now.
Состоится скоро. Очень
Louis,
скоро.
stay with me a moment, will
Louis,
you?
нам
I'll be needing your services in a certain matter.
Yes, of course. What's the matter?
Louis, you are the only one here who I totally trust. It is very likely that Gregory will take possession of some of the members of our team. I shall keep them in check over the next few hours. However, I'll need you to, how can I say this, to persuade the members of Gregory's group.
What do you mean by that exactly?
You'll have free reign, my son. Persuade all of them. Use every possible means imaginable. But no physical violence. Let's be very, very clear about that. You must bring them all over to our side. One after the You can do this. I know it.
Very well, Father.
проверяем.
Now go, and come back and see me once you've finished.
Сейчас,
I'll be
когда
off.
закончишь. Хорошо. Ничего. Всё, отлично, что мы нашли. Что мы нашли, идем дальше. Так, часы. Ага. Пойдемте вместе. Закладывай. Так. Идем. Попробуем. Где у нас остались? Понимаю. Что это? Когда мы сможем сделать?
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Нет. Союзник. Да, не вопросе.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Так, я уже не в живых.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ну, подой. Поехали.
Duke Manuel.
De Richet.
I'm delighted to see you're standing by Lord Mortimer.
One cannot say that the situation is altogether reassuring, but I must admit, he does know what he's doing. Something tells me I've made the right choice. So, to thank you for persuading me to join you, what would you say to a nice piece of amber? I am given to understand that you collect it?
Ценируете? Да,
Thank you
большое
very much,
спасибо,
sir.
сэр.
Don't mention it to Isa.
Не
It
стоит
is the least
благодарности.
I can do. Good. See you at the vote.
Всем
I'll see you
сам.
later then.
До встречи.
Godoy is on board.
Сготовься. Так. Такс.
Huh, that's me.
Моя. Нет. Чья?
Monseigneur, His Eminence
Yeah.
Cardinal Piaggi.
Попробуем.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment?
Нужно
I
поговорить.
shouldn't really, Louis, as you
Если
can
вы
imagine.
понимаете.
Rest assured, I come just as a friend.
All right then, Louis.
Пошел.
But be quick.
Thank you,
Работа
Your
как?
Eminence.
It's got
Second
nothing to
person.
do with it, but you didn't come
Заходи ко мне
and
пару
see
часов
me
назад.
in my room a few hours ago, did you?
Does he remember anything? Oh no.
Нет, не сходи.
No, I'm
Простите.
sorry. You must be mistaken. I've been speaking to Lord
Я в
Mortimer in
этом
his study.
времени говорил с ним. Привет.
I must
Это был
have
сон.
dreamed it then. It seems so real.
Don't blame yourself, Your Eminence. We're all exhausted. I can
Мы
assure
все
you of
уже
that.
на этом
That's very
уперлись.
kind of you.
Все с поддержкой.
I don't know what's wrong with me at the
Сколько
moment,
я
but
чувствую
I feel
слабость.
rather fragile.
Poor man seems
Я
terrified.
должен быть напуган.
It'd be a good idea if I reassured him a
Успокой,
little
прежде чем
before trying to get him to
перепутать.
change sides.
Oh, what did you want from me exactly?
Your Eminence, don't worry over such small matters.
Yes,
God
yes.
sees you and knows the value of his servants.
Thank you, my son.
You've worked all your life to spread the good
Свою
word.
жизнь несли.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'm sure you'll find the answer to your
Скоро
dreams.
поймете суть своих
God is
идей.
with you,
Бог
and He
поможет.
will show you what you need to know.
You are right, Louis.
Вы правы.
Thank you for your kind words.
Благодарю
Please
вас.
excuse me, Louis, if I
Простите,
wasted
что
your
отнял
time.
вас.
You came to see me about the confidence, I
Вы
imagine.
хотели бы обсудить со мной
And here I
собрание?
go
Я начал.
rambling on about I don't know what nonsense.
No need to apologize, Your
Извини.
Eminence. Think nothing of it.
What did you want to speak
Почему
to
вы
me
хотели
about?
поговорить?
Right. It's now or never to get him to change his mind. Your Eminence, the truth is, I've come to persuade you that...
Ой. Ладно, сейчас я делаю. Секундочку.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment?
I shouldn't really, Louis, as you can imagine.
Rest assured, I've come just as a friend.
All right then, Louis. But be quick.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
It's got nothing to do with it, but you didn't come and see me in my room a few hours ago, did you?
Does he remember anything? Oh no. No, I'm sorry. You must be mistaken. I've been speaking to Lord Mortimer in his study.
I must have dreamed it then. It seems so real.
Don't blame yourself, Your Eminence. We're all exhausted. I can assure you of that.
That's very kind of you, Louis. I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment, but I feel rather fragile.
Poor man seems terrified. It'd be a good idea if I reassured him a little before trying to get him to change sides.
Oh, what did you want from me exactly?
Your Eminence, don't worry over such small matters. God sees you and knows the value of his servants.
Thank you, my son.
You've worked all your life to spread the good word. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'm sure you'll find the answer to your dreams. God is with you, and He will show you what you need to know.
You are right, Louis. Thank you for your kind words. Please excuse me, Louis, if I've wasted your time. You came to see me about the confidence, I imagine. And here I go rambling on about I don't know what nonsense.
No need to apologize, Your Eminence. Think nothing of it.
What did you want to speak to me about?
Right. It's now or never to get him to change his mind. Your Eminence, trust me. I have faith in Lord Mortimer. Let me show you the way.
What did you say?
That I have faith in Lord Mortimer?
No. After.
Нет,
Show
следует.
you the way?
Yes, Louis. You must show me the way. Guide me into the light.
Yes. Yes, Your Eminence. Come with me into the light.
Свету. Да.
Yes. I must listen to my
Я
conscience.
должен прислушаться к себе.
Yes. Listen to that little voice in your
Слушайте,
head.
к моему
What
голосу.
does it say?
Yes, Louis. I will
Слушал
vote
его.
for William's project. I will follow you.
I'm sure it will mean a great deal to Lord Mortimer, Your Eminence.
Once again. Thank you, my
Спасибо.
son. Please leave me now. I must pray.
Of course, Your Eminence. I'll be on my way now.
Ну и еще остался один. Переводить. Так.
President George Washington.
Вот. Ну, вот.
Monsieur Johann von Wunder.
Самое сложное.
Why is his study in such a mess? Looks like Volner's planning
Steve.
something. Look, a blotter. And apparently it's been used recently.
Пользовались.
I wonder what Volner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible.
Естественно, можно
I can make
забрать.
out the signature though, and
И
leave
ставь.
as if
Зип.
planned
И
landing
пристав.
landing stage. So Volner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage, isn't he?
Сходите.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was
Похоже.
interrupted. Looks a lot like straw. And he's
Something.
drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
И бумаги.
I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Видел.
Yes, it's definitely a drawing of the lock of Al-Azif. Volner must have kept a copy.
Шли спросить.
I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
Помню, ты пытался что слизать. Угу.
Golden elixir.
Эликсир.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Какая-то имя.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from Von Volner.
Вы здесь не были? Тюрьма это. Вниз. Сильно меняет, да? Что? Прям. Это нельзя. Что можно? Хорошо. Так. И вперед. Опа. Так. Хорошо. Осторожно.
I need to talk to Von Volner. Blasted. Holm is with him. Gentlemen.
Louis, I'm sorry, but we're waiting for Duke Manuel. If you wouldn't mind leaving us, I should think you already have enough to do as it is.
Very well. I didn't mean to disturb you.
They're waiting for Duke Manuel. I doubt to make him change sides.
All right. If they want him, then they'll get him.
Ладно.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Yes, monsieur. Is there something you wanted to add?
Concentrate. I need you to listen carefully to what I have to say, Godoy.
I am all ears.
Push. I need you to do me a little favor. It's working, that's it, Louis. Get in his head.
Oh, dear. What is happening to me? I do not feel very well.
I need your help, sir. Get in his head. Perfect.
Thank you, monsieur. I'm sure I'll know how to take full advantage of your vessel, now that I am Manuel.
Duke Manuel, here you are at last.
Sir Gregory, Mr. von Wollner.
Thank you for agreeing to this meeting. I shan't beat about the bush, my friend. I was very disappointed by your behavior. I had thought you more loyal. Consequently, my affection for you leads me to ask you to reconsider one last time.
I've already reconsidered it, Sir Gregory. I shall be loyal to you when it comes to the vote. Have no doubt about it.
Excellent news indeed, my friend. Did you hear, Johann?
Yes, and it comes at a most timely moment. I anticipate an overwhelming victory.
It goes without saying to keep it to yourself. I would like to give William a nice surprise.
Whatever you say.
I'll leave you with Johann a while. I still have a few things to settle. I shan't be long.
See you later, Sir Gregory.
Oh, Godoy. Come over here. I'm warming myself up. I had the misfortune to step outside and I'm frozen solid.
I wonder what he was doing outside. Something to do with what Holm asked him for, maybe.
Mr. von Wollner, I wanted to speak to you. I'd like to make you an offer you can't refuse.
I'm all ears.
Now, we don't have much time, so here it is. You will vote for Mortimer.
What a strange idea, Godoy. You are being ridiculous. Tell me now, why would I do that?
Louisiana is Spanish. Consequently, I am best placed to know what to do with it. It's turning into a personal stake between Gregory and William. Honestly, would you like it if someone told you what to do with Royal Prussia and Greater Poland?
Well, it depends.
No. Don't try smoothing things over. You are a statesman. You know what I mean. Today, Spain is weighed down by Louisiana, a source of epidemics, insurrections. It prevents us from concentrating on exploiting the wealth in the Western territories. And I have to let Gregory decide?
I understand your point of view. But as far as I'm concerned, I would rather be honest. You are wasting your time, Duke Manuel. You know nothing about me, and your attempts to manipulate me have no effect. You behave as though we were close. Yet ever since you arrived, you've only been interested in your own little self.
Don't say that, Johann. We may not be friends, but we are allies.
Is that so? And what do you know about me, exactly?
I know, for example, that you felt a strong attachment for Miss Adams.
But...
Откуда?
How? You were there?
As I said, we are allies. I never lose touch with my allies. I take care of my allies. And when they are afflicted with grief, I sympathize.
I didn't speak about it to anyone.
No. And that's perfectly normal. It's your secret.
Thanks, all the same. But, tell me, Why do you want to follow Mortimer all of a sudden?
Mortimer is planning something. We don't know everything. He must have something up his sleeve to be so confident.
Ah, really? And what do you think that might be?
All of this is just a show. He has contacted all those we represent.
What do you mean?
That everything is already decided in higher spheres. William Frederick, the King of Spain, the Pope, William Pitt.
I don't understand.
Lord Mortimer has invited those who work in the wings of power to take a hand in swaying the decisions of those who actually hold it. Everything is already played out. He has already won.
How is this possible?
We've all underestimated him.
He's fooled us. We're done for.
Look, it all hinges on the next few hours, Johan.
Look, I hear everything you're saying, but there is no chance that Mortimer can make us all change sides. That is why Sir Gregory can but win. You understand?
Think again. It's already too late. Now, you're the last one left. Your loyalty toward Gregory is honorable, but no longer makes any sense. If you don't change your mind, you'll be venturing into dangerous waters for no valid reason.
Unless it's to win.
Yes, but at what price? Think of all those who will be hostile toward you afterwards. Just think about it rationally, I mean. Prussia has nothing directly at stake, so why put your position or your life in the balance?
I hear you.
Я вас понял.
Honestly, betraying Gregory is... well, it's unthinkable. Unless I simply don't have any choice.
Yes, he's finally cracked.
Thank you for warning me.
You're welcome. There is nothing more natural between allies. I did what I could. Now, it's up to you. As for me, I'll vote for Mortimer. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Good. I mustn't lose too much time. See you later, my Lord Duke. Have a nice rest.
Так. Сначала вниз пойдем. Что, захватить, попробовать. Если можно пройти. Правильно? Пойдемте. Сейчас дальше. Лестница чуть подальше. Чем есть. Так, идем. В эту сторону. Говорили там. Сами ли не получилось? Давайте, может, можно было? Да? И продолжить. Дальше. Можно пройти? Можно? Отлично. Так, можно пройти. Книжка.
sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
What is? Yes! Yes! At last I
Если я его нашел.
Well, you gotta admit, you did give us a run for our money. Huh? A page has been torn out.
Some rope. Certainly no one's touched for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched for a good long time.
Идем. Дальше. Мультик. Дальше. Аккуратно, бесцельно. Так. Так. Что ж, начинать собрать.
Louis, there you
Я
are.
тебя ждал.
Well, tell me, how did it go?
I did my
Я
best.
сделал все
Whom did you
возможное.
manage to persuade?
Well, there's no point in
Рассказ
wasting any
будет
time.
коротким.
I'm
Придется
proud to
прочитать. Теперь
report
все
that
гости
they've
на
all
нашу
come over to
сторону.
our side.
Луи, вот как так.
I was sure you'd succeed. I'm proud of you, my son.
Просто вы сын.
Even Johann? How did you manage to do it?
I possessed Godoy.
You possessed Godoy, of course.
конечно.
Very ingenious of you, I must say.
Сказать,
Son,
как
you've
это
accomplished a veritable tour de force. I couldn't have done better myself.
Я не
Now
справился бы
we
лучше.
are ready. The conference may begin.
Пора начинать.
Assemble everyone in the conference room. Meet me there and let's get it over
Вкус
with.
там. Разыщи.
My friends, here we are at
сообщи, что
last,
сегодня
gathered together to
собрание.
close this conference. I would first of all like to thank you all for making the time to be
Встретив
here.
всех вас,
And
что
lend
вы
your service.
нашли время приехать.
Gregory, I believe I may speak for both of us
Григорий,
when I
согласен.
say that we are honored by your presence
Честь для
here.
нас.
You
Да,
are
конечно же,
perfectly
ты
right
прав,
to do
Луи.
so, William. Thank you for putting your faith in us
Поверили за
and for coming
готовность
here to
участвовать в
participate
обсуждении.
in this conference. Thank you for helping us to make the best decisions. And I especially want to thank
Я
you,
благодарю
William,
тебя.
for perfectly
Прекрасные
hosting us
дни,
at your
которые-
home during these past several days.
I'm not sure all the guests would agree to that. In any case, Holm doesn't seem to be himself.
Duchess Hillsborough will also not be voting. The poor woman has suffered a lot of upheaval lately. As she was feeling quite poorly, she apologizes, but she preferred to return to the continent.
The Duchess? I hope it's nothing serious.
Don't worry,
She
Mr.
said
President.
no.
I had someone escort her. The Duchess simply
Wonderful.
needs rest,
Нет, правда,
and now she is in good hands.
I must say, Sir Gregory, you are beset by bad luck.
Indeed, one would think that I am
Удача
hounded
как будто
by
не
ill fortune.
отвернулась.
Good. I think we can begin.
Пора
We will
приступить.
vote in turn on the question that interests us
Очередной
today.
вопрос.
Are you for or against the
Маленький
transfer of
перерыв.
ownership of Louisiana
Специальный
from Spain to France? Monsieur de Richet?
I vote for.
Duke Manuel?
For.
Your Eminence?
For.
За.
Gregory, please. Monsieur Napoleon?
For.
Mr. von Volner?
For...
What?
Gregory,
Что?
please
Грегори,
refrain from interrupting
мешайте
the
нашему
voting.
голосованию.
You know the
У меня
rules,
проблема.
brother. President Washington?
For.
За.
The votes are now
Сделали
cast.
выбор.
The project is therefore
Принято.
approved.
Dirty traitor!
Mr. Godoy, soon you will be in charge of passing the territory of Louisiana over to France.
То, что Луизиана пришла в Францию.
What have you done?
Сделал.
Me? Nothing, dear brother.
What
Ты с
done
этим не
to
сделал.
me?
What have I done?
Что я сам
Nothing, Gregory. You did it yourself.
все сделал
A
сам.
word of advice. In the future, oh, that is, if you have one, don't drink someone else's cup of tea without checking what's in it.
Father, what happened?
Что с вами?
Sir Gregory, what's the matter?
В чем дело?
William, what have you done?
Что
Not
вы
now.
Тихо.
You are mad, William. Father will punish you for this.
He will probably try, unless I get to him
Я
first.
доберусь до него раньше.
Cannot die.
No, you cannot die.
Верно.
You are, however, losing all sense of
Сосуд.
reason, as well as all your special abilities.
Совести.
What
Почему ты меня не поел?
did I drink?
Can't you guess? There are but few things that can have such an effect on
Способна оказать
such as we. You would know that if you ever ventured even a little way off of Father's beaten track.
Я отомщу.
Revenge.
Oh, no, my dear Gregory. You will not be taking
Не
any
сможешь
revenge.
тебе
You
вместе с этим
will
прямо
die stupidly, alone, enclosed in that rather withered body. After several centuries of near absolute power, here you find yourself on your hands and knees, hoping in vain
Молит о
that
помощи.
someone is going
Я
to
это не
help
знаю.
you.
Гадко на
Tell
гадко.
me, what does that feel like? Never happened to me. Can't be good. You cannot leave your body. You cannot project yourself elsewhere. You cannot even contact Father.
Попробуй.
Go ahead. Try. But you are my brother.
Ты мой
So
брат.
I ask you to remember that
Что
all
это
this
полностью
is your
твоя
own fault.
Твои мучения.
And I want you to understand I get
Что ты
absolutely no pleasure out of it. Well, very little.
Swine.
A new order is born today, brother. Enough of Father's hegemony. After all
Пришло
these
конец.
years of service,
Естественно,
I can
конец.
finally stand up and oppose
Смогу
him.
дойти к
You chose to serve him, whatever his excesses.
Все, что
Now it's up to you
Значит,
to
будет
face the
следствие
consequences of that choice.
безумец.
Mad. I
Сильнее, чем ты.
stronger than you.
Забрал. Сейчас. Начну с них, да? Я убедил их. Потом я убедил Фьяжи, я объяснил, как это. Да, собрание фермеров. Без снега. Без... Так, отлично. Так, что еще прокачать? Не знаю, что.
What? But... What on earth is happening? Am I dreaming or...
Цели.
Louis, it's me, Gregory. Listen, we don't have much time.
Много времени.
Where are we?
Делай.
Louis, I brought us here. You
Вести нас
must
сюда.
act swiftly. I
Должен
can't
вести
hold
вести.
out for long. William has poisoned me. He must have used the blood
Вышел в
of a
кровь
former
любимый.
demon. I am no longer able to enter the body of
Птиц
someone else.
людей.
The poison is gnawing away at me from the inside.
Смотри, я умираю.
I'm going to die, Louis.
But where are
Что это за место?
In the ether.
Это эфир.
What you see is not real.
Что ты видишь?
It's only a mental projection created by my spirit.
Ой,
I'm occupying William's spirit at the
сел
moment,
не пытайся
but I'm
сдержать.
not going to be able to keep it up forever.
Прятаться не смогу.
Join me, Louis. Otherwise, all will be lost.
Иначе все пропало.
Yes. Yes, I'll join you.
Find a way. Hurry.
Скорее.
I must find them quickly.
Торопиться. О, это книжка есть. Тихонько.
Beneath your compassion, we take refuge, O Mother of God.
Ладно.
Dear God, if I lose the war against France, I will be doomed.
I sense that something is...
History will remember.
I deserve a great destiny. I will let nothing, nor no one, stand in the way of my dream.
Так, блин, это не то. Нет. Идемте, так сюда мы пройдем. А мы тебя не видим. Так. Искать-то. Так, хорошо. Теперь мы вышли из памятника. Зачем?
Mindful, alas, that we ourselves have had a share.
Emily?
Louis,
You were reciting something.
a prayer of atonement. It's my
Это
punishment,
прощение.
Louis, for what I did to
Это
Emma.
что я
I
убиваю.
must do penance for all my sins.
It's a lot more complex
На
than
самом деле
that.
все раз
You're in the ether and
I am
Эфир.
dead, Louis.
Я уже
I am stuck at the place of my death, and I can't seem to move. And I'm talking to an apparition
Сейчас я
that
разговариваю
represents
с призраком
precisely
дома.
why I lost my mind. The one for whom I committed the unforgivable.
Что
Emily,
грех?
listen to me.
Пожалуйста, я хочу.
I assure you,
No,
Oh.
that's enough. I can't bear it anymore.
Я больше не могу.
Even in death, I have to
Даже
pay for
сейчас
my
я сплю.
errors. Isn't being
Даже
dead
смерть.
payment enough?
Личное наказание.
I am damned. Leave me alone,
Степень
demons. I don't want to listen to you anymore. Off with you, Satan!
leave her, Louis. There's nothing you can do for her.
Очень
Very well, Emily. Very well.
хорошо, Эмили.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, I confess, my God, I have sinned.
What am I doing here now? Nothing seems real.
Искусственный.
You're nothing but a coward.
Жалкий трус.
What a bunch of amateurs you are. Please, keep calm.
Тише, пожалуйста.
What on earth is going on here?
Молиться.
I don't understand a
Чего не
thing.
понимаю.
Louis, don't waste
Трать
any
время.
time. Appease them. My thoughts are becoming confused. Help me.
Помоги
Be
им.
quick.
Скорей.
Yes. Not a minute to lose.
Что? Как их расставить?
I need to keep an eye on them. Emma is completely lost.
Верно,
She needs to be
постель.
close to her
Нужно
sister.
поставить рядом
As
с
for
сестрой.
Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Понятно.
I have to protect my sister. Help me, Louis.
Emma is completely lost. She needs to be close to her sister. As for Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Понятно, сейчас.
God damn it. I don't understand a thing. I'm doomed.
Emma is completely lost. She needs to be close to her sister. As for Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Как их поставить?
I have to protect my sister. Help me, Louis.
Emma is completely lost. She needs to be close to her sister. As for Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Может, уметь место.
Whatever happens, I trust him and only him. I must take the book back to him.
I won't let him attack his brother.
That's not really Elizabeth, it's another demon who wants to protect home from Mortimer. On a symbolic level, he should be placed between the two of them.
Что меня братья?
He wants to isolate me again.
That's not really Elizabeth, it's another demon who wants to protect home from Mortimer. On a symbolic level, he should be placed between the two of them.
Братья. Так.
Stay with me, Louis. We must take Al-Azif back from him.
Не знаю, этих двоих.
Keep an eye on them. Emma is completely lost. She needs to be close to her sister. As for Emily, well, she no longer trusts anyone. Apart from me, that is. I have to stay by her side.
Рядом их место. Блин. Я не знаю.
I won't let him attack his brother.
That's not really Elizabeth, it's another demon who wants to protect home from Mortimer. On a symbolic level, he should be placed between the two of them.
Так, как? Все это сделать? Вот так. Так. Зелень. Может, в центр поставить этих?
Ну и мама нас...
Так. Дела. Нет. Дела. Легенько. Сложно. Так. Так.
Looks like I've succeeded. They've all disappeared.
It's what?
Скорее ко мне.
Don't waste any time.
Yes, I'm coming.
At least as soon as I found the exit.
Выход. Так. Дальше.
Is anyone there? I can hear you. I know you're there. Help me. Help! Can anyone hear me?
What are you doing here?
You. It wasn't enough for you to let me be killed. You had to come here and start babbling away at me. Fool! You couldn't have stopped her from shooting, could you?
Ставите.
I'm sorry, Emmett. It all happened too fast. I didn't believe for an instant that Emily would shoot.
Of course, how could poor Emily ever have a wicked thought? No, she's so sweet and innocent. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
I couldn't guess she would shoot.
Louis, we have no time to lose. Help me, please.
What on earth is she talking about?
Come on, you're dead.
No, There's got to be a solution. I am made of the same stuff as you. I already survived a gunshot at point-blank range. I will survive this. Help me. I'll go mad if I stay here any longer. I must have been here several months. I stopped counting from... Hang on. What are you doing here? Are you dead?
No. Sir Gregory brought my spirit here, but I must get back as soon as possible.
So you should be able to help me.
Emma, I have no idea of what's going on. How do you expect me to help you?
There must be a way. I beg you, promise you will help me, Louis.
All right, calm down. I'll do everything I can to get you out of here.
Thank you, Louis. I knew you were a good man.
Right. I must get going now. Just stay calm. Everything will work out fine.
Louis! No! Don't leave me! Louis! Filthy scum, I'll kill you! I'll get out of here and I'll come looking for you, Louis de Richet.
I must be quick.
My memories. I'm losing my sense. Louis? Are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Pick up the thread of my thoughts, Louis. Of my memories. Make haste.
Видите, вспоминали хлопцы. Капец, как это не сделать?
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time? And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then.
Смотрим.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. I must speak to you. From the start. It was a trap right from the start. At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring the Hillsborough sisters here. He knew it. He knew it. He already knew they were his daughters.
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring
This is the first event that brought home here. Oh yeah, I'm on the right track.
I recalled Sparta. Of my exchanges back then with my brother. I did everything in my power to avoid the Peloponnesian War, but he wouldn't listen. He wanted more. Father wasn't gentle with William back then, shutting him in the body of Pericles for 8 years, and reducing Athens and its cursed democracy to its knees.
Elizabeth's presence was crucial for Holm. If she was still here, he'd still be alive. This memory is important without a shadow of a doubt. It took place after my arrival with Emily and Cardinal Biaggi, but well before I found out the truth about my nature.
Нет, сначала когда вот это вспомнил, кажется. Приехали.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Supposedly to find
I'm on the right track here.
Charles François. Charles François. What an adventure. It was so easy for me to sell your title of Marquis de Maintenon to Françoise d'Aubigné and to sail for the Caribbean islands. One of my greatest successes. With one stroke, I placed myself right next to the King of France, with a mistress under my orders, and I was able to impose my law over the seas of the triangular trade.
Anyhow, I should try to concentrate on his voice. He's talking about Charles-François d'Angennes and Françoise d'Aubigné. They were contemporaries of Louis XIV. This has nothing to do with what brought home here. I had to look somewhere else.
Dear Countess Dunostar, what a pity you disappoint. Dear Countess Dunostar.
I heard about this story. The Countess was apparently an acquaintance of Sir Gregory, but this has nothing to do with what's happening at the manor. I can put that one to the side.
Dear Countess Dunostar. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. And the cherry on the cake.
The blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Home won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
Только посмотрим. Вспомнил, куда-то еще.
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
Это типа уже убрал.
And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
This memory is important, but it's as if there's something missing. There must be an order to this.
Можно ошибаться, хорошо.
Be quick!
То есть.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Charles François. What?
I'm getting carried away here. I must concentrate on the important memories, the ones that led Holm into this situation.
Вот так даже. Ясно. Черт. Возьми. И упал. Конкретно.
There's something missing.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
I should come back to this later.
Лучше поставить там. Хорошо.
Charles Francois. What an adventure. It was so easy for me to sell your title of Marquis de Maintenon to Françoise d'Aubigné and to sail for the Caribbean islands. One of my greatest successes. With one stroke, I placed myself right next to the King of France, with a mistress under my orders. And I was able to impose my law over the seas of the triangular trade.
Anyhow, I should try to concentrate on his voice.
Dear Countess Dunos. Dear Countess Dunosstein, what a pity you disappointed me. Managed to swindle Lafayette for the damage he did to the Western monarchies. So full of remorse once it was done, I don't really regret making you steal the necklace and end up in a convent.
I heard about this story. The Countess was apparently an acquaintance of Sir Gregory, but this has nothing to do with what's happening at the manor. I can put that one to the side.
Так, куда мы идем вообще? Куда?
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find her sister, whereas Emily hadn't even disappeared yet. Poor wretch was shot as her sister was setting foot on the island. I should have understood that earlier. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find
I'm on the right track here.
I didn't want to believe it. And the cherry on the cake. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
I should come back to this later.
Теперь смотрите.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then he didn't react. And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I'm getting closer to him.
Так, хорошо. И можно это выбрать? Спуточка.
And the cherry on the cake. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea.
I should come back to this later.
Ясно. Выбрали уже. Пускай дальше. Так.
He's coming.
Есть. Или то. Не то. Смотри, как. Здесь мы уже не пройдем.
Come to me.
Так. Что нужно? Мне нужно. Это дать. Вот дела. Так, это что у нас в спине? Тоже нельзя. Тоже нельзя выбирать. Так, это рано. Вспомнил. Это что мы вспомнили?
Can't hold out.
Давайте
He
будем.
allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Ah, Charles François. What?
Перспектива.
Dear Countess do not stop. What a pity to disappoint. Dear Countess do not stop. What a pity to disappoint. Ah, Charles François.
В сторону же можно пройти.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference.
Смотрите. Так будет верно.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time. It was a trap right from the start.
Ловушку. Можно выбирать.
I recalled Sparta,
Смотрите.
and when Elizabeth disappeared,
Может это?
he cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. And
One
when
more.
Elizabeth disappeared,
Отлично. Так, это будет что?
he feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing. He feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually take months to get to our children, and Louis is only trying his best to get by. He doesn't realize he's being led to
Что
the
его ведет
slaughter.
на смерть?
He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually
end
take
here.
months.
Почти закончил. А то осталось на суд. Смотрите.
I recall Sparta.
Это вот последний. Вспоминаю это. Клепись.
His children are gathered together? Yes, and the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He trapped me. He poisoned me to stop me from being able to leave this body. He cut off all communication with father and brought his children here.
Тяжкий сон.
How could I not have seen it earlier?
Столько
He's going to
сейчас.
absorb me.
Хотел бы.
A traitor! No one can stop him now. Hurry, Louis. I absolutely must see you before it's too late. You have managed to follow my thoughts. Come to me, quickly. Louis, hurry! He's coming!
What's happening?
I can sense him. He's here. He's trying to get inside me, Louis. William has completely lost his mind. He's getting ready to pull out all the stops. He's going to devour my mind, Louis. I'm not going to be able to stop him.
Louis, you are here. I sense your presence.
What? But he can't even see me.
Congratulations, my son. You have succeeded in joining us.
Louis, don't let him draw you in there. You are signing your death warrant if you decide to follow him. I won't be there to protect you.
It's over, my son. We have won. A new order can be born.
Louis, I'm so weak. I can feel him entering. I can no longer keep him out. He's coming.
He's here.
I can't. Can you see him?
He's here. He's coming closer to you.
Where? Louis. I don't want to just disappear. He's inside my mind. I can feel him crushing me.
He's just in front of you.
I'm so sorry, brother. There's nothing you can do to stop me now. You made your choice, and you have lost.
I was wrong about him from the very beginning. He's mad. He must be stopped. You can still do something, Louis. Don't let him get away with all this so easily. I implore you.
Look at yourself, Uncle. You're just as bad as he is. Despite being centuries old, despite all the wisdom you should have acquired, I don't believe in you, nor do I believe in him. You can count on me to do my utmost, so that neither of you will succeed in your plans.
You can be so stupid. As for me, I won't be around much longer. So if you want to stand the slightest chance against him, at least make sure you are armed, Louis.
What do you mean?
The lance, Louis. Have you got the lance?
It's over, brother. Don't fight it.
You will be punished for this.
Perhaps, but you won't be there to see it, will you?
You will be punished.
Количество. Четыре. Книгу 7.
Where am I?
It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are the guests?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
Gregory?
We won, Louis. It's over.
He's dead?
Definitively. Now the way is clear. At any rate, rejoice. Great things await us.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any object that had the blood of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
He was your brother. Why did you kill him? He never meant you any harm.
Oh, Louis, I am exhausted. Let's talk about this later.
No, tell me why now. I want to understand.
Stubborn as a mule. After centuries of trying to convince him, I assure you I had no other option than to do away with him. He would never have allowed me to depose our father. In the past, he had already opposed me, and sometimes very violently. He seemed to you like a man of peace, because you did not represent any danger to him. But I can assure you, he was not. With anything to do with our father, he would be merciless. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. Time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
No doubt about it. This family is rotten to the marrow. I did right not to trust them. Right. All I have to do now is confront Mortimer. Right. Now's the time to join Mortimer. I won't be able to go back after... Here we go.
Louis, at last.
You wanted to see me?
Let's get it over with, shall we? I've grown tired of all this. But before we begin, I would like you to give me back the Holy Lance, please. Now that Gregory is gone, he won't be needing it anymore, and I prefer to put it back in its place.
I no longer have it.
Блин, серьезно?
Of course. Here you are, Father.
Thank you. You wouldn't have been able to do much with it anyway, given it isn't the right one.
You mean I got the wrong one?
Now, don't blame yourself. There was a reason why I put it with all those copies. If you had been forced to use it, it would never have prevented one of us from changing bodies. This conference will have been one of the most eventful I've ever known.
I'll just have to take your word for it.
Before I get to why we're here, you must know that I've been watching you very closely over these past few days. I won't hide the fact that I was disappointed that you did not succeed in saving Jacques Peroux. You handled that situation very badly. As for the door of my crypt, no one had ever found out how to open it before you. You succeeded in telling the Hillsborough twins apart. Even for me, that wasn't an easy thing to do at first. What an unpleasant surprise it was when I found out that you had tried to warn the Papal States against Gregory and me. Did you really think you could succeed?
Damn it. He found out about that.
But the important thing is that you escaped the worst with Volner, because he could have killed you when you were in the guise of Piaget.
Yes, it was a bit touch and go.
Which leads me to a chat about what I envisage for you now. You are the chosen one, Louis. The one I've been waiting for all this time.
Thank you,
We are going to be able to become one.
I don't quite follow you.
Be proud of yourself, son, for you are the one I have chosen to be my next mortal coil.
Right, but what about me? Am I imagining things, or did he just tell me to my face that he's going to eat me?
Unfortunately, no, you won't survive the transfer. But I want you to know that I only select my bodies from my own children, and that you are the one who has impressed me most. It's far from being my first time, as you can imagine. I didn't think it was possible to find a more promising son than dear Augustus. You can be very proud of yourself.
Wait a second, hang on. Do you realize what you're saying? Are you insane?
Oh, come, my son. Let's not end everything on a bad note, please.
Son of a bitch! He's not going to get away with this so easily. You're not going to get away with this.
That's quite enough. Who do you think you are? Be reasonable and let yourself go. It will save you a lot of pointless suffering, believe me. Don't fight. I won. As Mortimer had planned, Napoleon Bonaparte sold Louisiana to the United States after purchasing it from Spain. Bonaparte continued his political and military ascension until he proclaimed himself emperor. He went on to invade a large part of Central Europe. The legend of Napoleon persisted after his death, conferring on the emperor the role of Messiah for France. Remaining very popular, George Washington put an end to the various internal rebellions without violence and re-established trade agreements with Great Britain. Upon his death, he became a national hero and left an entire nation in a state of mourning. On his return to Spain, Manuel Godoy proceeded to give Louisiana up to France. Later on, he became the target of the Crown Prince of Spain, Ferdinand VII. The latter gave no respite to his mother's lover, going as far as condemning him to exile. He confiscated all of Manuel's titles and possessions, as well as those of his mistress, Pepita. Pursued, they ended up living out their last years in France in poverty and anonymity. The influence von Wollner had over King Frederick William ironically ended up working against him. The sovereign thrust him into increasing repression until the end of his reign. Von Wollner became the object of the people's hatred, was therefore stripped of his titles and land by the new king, and died in poverty to general indifference in the Prussian countryside. His Eminence was obliged to justify himself on his return from the British Isles over the letter he had sent to His Holiness. Unable to say more about the superior dark forces that he had spoken of, his mental health was brought into question. He was consequently withdrawn from papal state power, and it became preferable to speak politely about a faraway retreat when referring to his anonymous confinement in an asylum of Rome. Sarah de Richet threw herself into the Seine River from the Pont des Arts before a crowd of dumbfounded bystanders just a few days after her son's return to Paris. He spoke of his aging mother's recent depression and took over the running of the Golden Order, whose expansion was rapid. No more was ever heard of Lord William Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was the subject of conversations in the European courts, but only for a few months.
Next is the Я что не буду делать. Всем просмотр, снапад. Всем пока. Ох, все случилось у нас. Получилось выбрать.